From Studio 3 at Buzz TV, it's The Horse's Mouth with Tom McManus.
All right, time once again for another edition of The Horse's Mouth, brought to you by our good friends at Goodfellas Cigar Lounge and Spirits, and new to the program, our great friends, Robbie Brust and the Brust Nutter Wealth Advisory Team. We're going to have a great show for you here this time around, back at the bar, back at Tommy Mac's, and guess who's back? Wally Conway from Home Pro Inspections. What's up, Wally?
Living the dream.
How you doing? You looking good, man?
I feel strong.
How's the boat?
The boat is marvelous. The only thing missing is you.
Oh, you know what? I'm always available.
I heard
little show.
I heard you get
I got a
seasick.
gig tomorrow night. Gonna rock it out. Dad Bod's getting after it. Nick Renard is here from Dig Architecture. How are you?
Very well, sir. How are you?
Good to see you, man.
Nice to be seen.
Welcome to the bar.
Thank
First
you.
time at the bar?
First time.
All right. Well, we're looking forward to get into what you're all into here in Jacksonville. And Rick Farmer from the Listing Edge. How you doing, my man?
Good.
Tell us about the Listing Edge.
So we do mostly real estate photography. So any services that a realtor would use to market a property for sale. So
Okay.
obviously photos and aerial and video and 3D tours and a bunch of other things we do
Okay.
here in Jacksonville. I mean, we also do like business and some traditional photography. We also rent photo booths out now.
Okay, do you really? No kidding. How about the drone business? Is that pretty big?
It's not as big as it was before COVID.
Okay.
And I think the big reason for that is that people aren't spending as much money on listings, at least some.
Right.
Because things are selling so quickly right now because there are no listings.
Yeah.
But, I mean, we do a fair amount of that.
Yeah.
We've done a lot of work for like 3D Digital and some of the other companies around town doing their aerial work for them.
Yep.
Worked on some music videos and stuff over the years. So,
Cool.
yeah, we love doing aerial stuff.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. So with the houses going so fast, like people, you don't need a big presentation for them, do you? Just a few pictures and show them what it is and tell them what it's all about.
Yeah, especially last year, we noticed. So we keep track of how much we make on each shoot, and we noticed that number had started going down. It's starting to come back up now because things are starting to loosen up. But it's stuff that's needed, but we're not. A lot of them aren't spending as much money because they haven't really needed to.
Right. So. I guess you're not told no a lot, right? I mean, the way this guy's built, I mean, who's going to say no to this guy? Hey, why your business? No, you can't have it. What?
I'm not afraid of him. I'm not afraid of you.
No, you shouldn't be of me. I'm all broken up.
I'd make a joke about that, but it'd be off color.
There you go. There you go. All right, Nick, you're with Dig Architecture.
Yes,
you guys are building new homes.
Yeah, we're designing and building new homes.
Designing and building new homes.
Yes,
cool.
sir.
All right. All throughout the 5 counties, or where you focusing?
All throughout the United States, but
Are
mainly,
you? Okay.
mainly Atlantic Beach to Ponte Vedra Beach.
Okay, cool. I know off air you were telling me a couple of good friends you're working on. They're great
Yes, sir.
people. That's awesome.
Yes, sir.
So you'll do renovations, additions, and brand new homes, or is that just a special thing you're doing?
No, we mainly just focus on custom homes and renovations. Our smallest project is an outhouse.
Okay.
Our biggest project is a 15,000 square foot home.
Okay. All residential.
All residential.
Wow. Cool. Cool. And then how is the market for new homes?
It's dipped this year tremendously. Last year we had the most new home starts we've ever had.
Okay.
This year we've had one. However, we have so many major home remodels.
Right.
Because nobody's moving. Everybody's staying put and fixing their house.
Why is that? That's interesting.
There's
From
no place
20 to 1.
Yeah, there's no place to buy.
No
There's
dirt,
where
no
to
money,
dirt.
no desire.
The price of a lot is crazy.
Yeah.
Everybody says, I can sell my house for a lot, but I'm going to go buy something probably less than what I'm living in and spend more.
Yeah.
Right.
So more people are just gotten to the point where they're staying put. The only new start homes are people from out of the area, from California, from New York,
Right.
moving here.
They perceive everything's on sale.
It's still on sale for them.
Yeah. And you also get, the mortgage rates have gone way up in the last 3-4 months. So I'm sure that has something.
Are there a lot of
unfortunately.
Well, a lot of our clients are cash clients, so the interest rates have little to do with them. But we've also seen more cash clients. We're almost exclusively cash, no bank.
So when you can't find raw land, right, you got to look for houses that maybe you can buy and knock down and build brand new.
Yeah, it's knockdowns or I'm going to try to fix it.
Especially in AB, there can't be a lot of lots left, right?
In AB, you're bulldozing an old house.
Well, Wally, we got like a whole, you guys should be doing business. I mean, we connect people on this show. We got an inspection guy, you got a photography guy.
What's interesting to me is in Rick's world, he listens to the customer and they create that dream, cause it to come into it.
Yep.
Then in Rick's world, what they end up doing is photo what exists and causes that person to want something that's already there. So I think that's pretty cool. It's two opposite ends of creativity.
Yep. And then you come in.
And then we come in
You
and
make
let
sure
them
everything's
let
good.
them know. Yeah,
Yeah,
Just make sure they did their job.
Yeah. All right. As we wrap up the Jags, let's inspect them for just. You like how I segued into that? Let's. What do you think about the draft? What do you think about the offseason? Doug Peterson.
I feel good about Coach Peterson.
Okay.
I was excited to see some offense, and it's like we're linebacker crazy around here. I don't understand all this linebacker thing.
It's just a bunch of dumb guys that run around, run into things. No big deal.
Yeah.
How about you?
I think hopefully they're going to turn around. I like Peterson hire.
Yeah.
I've not cared about the draft. I know too little about football players.
Yeah, sure.
Like every time I think they have a good draft,
Yeah.
all the guys
Well,
are
what
all
looks
in
good
the
on
league, and
paper doesn't always
No,
look
it
good.
doesn't. See how they're coached.
Yeah, absolutely. And you're a Philly guy.
Yeah, I
So you
love
love-
Dougie.
you
Love
love
Dougie.
Dougie.
Brought us our first Super Bowl.
Yeah, man.
And I think if they allow him to do the Dougie thing,
Yep.
that you'll see improvement.
Yeah, definitely. I met Vince Papali.
Oh, really?
At the Red Radio on the Super
Actually, I've met
Bowl.
him a few times.
What a good guy, man.
Yeah.
What a great story that was.
Yeah.
Well, cool, man.
It's
Well,
a-
best
it's a-
of luck.
yeah, it's an amazing story.
It is a great story. Thanks for coming on. All the best, and
Tom.
hopefully the market keeps rocking for you guys, or at least gets back to rocking, right?
Yes.
Doing business right here in the great city of Jacksonville. Talking about it right here at Tommy Mac's at the bar, right here on the Horse's Mouth. Until next time, stay safe and be cool out there. We'll see you right here on the Horse's Mouth.
From Studio 3 at Buzz TV, it's The Horse's Mouth with Tom McManus.
All right, time once again for Up Close and Personal here on the Horse's Mouth. Back at the bar and back at Tommy Mac's, brought to you by our friends at Brust Nutter Wealth Advisors. My guest this time around is Tony Davis from Crestcom Leadership. Hey, Tony.
How are you?
How you doing, man? Cheers.
I'm doing outstanding.
Welcome
Happy
to the bar and
Yes,
to the
indeed.
show, man. Awesome.
I'm happy to be here.
So Crestcom, a leadership development company.
It is.
You bought into the franchise, right?
Yes, sir.
And you've bought about a year ago.
Mm-hmm.
Prior to that, you had owned a few different businesses in the home services world.
I did.
And tell me about all that, man. How's it going? That's a big jump. And a year later, here you are with a kick-ass looking shirt, by the
Yeah,
way.
thanks, man. Thank you.
It's cool. Yellow and black.
You kind of at some point
It's
has
like
that
grammar school color. That's why I like it.
Steelers feel.
Got a
though.
little
It's
Steelers to
hard.
it.
It's
It
hard
does,
to
yeah.
put it on.
The
in
yellow
that
might not
respect.
be quite the Steelers.
No,
but
it's it's got that Florida look, but yeah, no. To kind of go back, 16 years ago, I opened up a company called Granite Transformations, and it's a home remodeling company for kitchens. We have had a stone that goes over existing surfaces.
Okay.
Then I opened a bath company, and then a plumbing company, and February 2021.
Okay.
After my Chiefs lost the Super Bowl, I closed and sold those businesses.
All three. Okay.
And took 4 months off. As I like to say, I learned how to sleep again.
Yep.
And then started.
I'm sure well deserved.
It
After
was
16 years. Yeah.
Yeah. And then just started getting bored, and so I just stumbled across this Crestcom opportunity on LinkedIn, and started doing my due diligence. And really,
Were you a franchise guy before? To cut you off. Were you a franchise? Was those other businesses franchise opportunities?
Granite Transformation was a Crestcom.
okay.
And
So
then the other companies I just started
Okay.
kind of organically, kind of spun off where I saw.
So you've been in that world before. Yeah. Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah. So as I looked at the Crestcom opportunity, it was right here in the local market. I'll be dealing with fellow business owners who are dealing with the same challenges that I just left.
Right.
Finding good people, developing teams, motivating.
Yep.
And then I started thinking, oh man, I wish I had these resources when I was a business owner.
Sure.
Because Tom, when you're a business owner and you're looking for that next level of manager,
Right.
you're promoting from within.
Right.
Because the plug and play, they understand the culture and the products and services.
Yeah.
And just because they were a great employee doesn't mean they're going to be a great leader of people.
Right. Right.
And I can think of a couple people that I promoted into management, and quite frankly, they were a little rough around the edges.
Wow.
We burned through some people. Just there was just that level of effective management and leadership. It just wasn't there.
Yep.
So I bought into Crestcom not because I was a client, because I wish I was a client.
Right.
And so now I'm dealing with business owners across all industries,
Okay.
across all shapes and sizes of companies. And I meet with the business owners, the CEOs, and we talk about transforming their managers
Okay.
into more effective leaders.
Okay. You have like a program,
Yeah,
like a certain program that you follow.
it's a
they have to follow.
12-month development process.
Okay.
And what I do is each month for 4 hours a month, two-hour training modules from 8 to 12 on the third Wednesday and the third Thursday of the month. We do 2 different leadership topics. So all of my clients from Northeast Florida send their managers and their leaders and other key personnel. And then it's very interactive. They're learning from each other. We do have curriculum that Crestcom, the franchisor, puts together. But our goal through all of this is behavioral change.
That's awesome, man. Hey, you know what? Companies need it, and their management teams need it. And you got to keep evolving when you're managing people, right? Because times change, people change, and you got to make sure you can adapt to, without changing your core principle as a business.
Sure, you're not. You don't want to be inauthentic. Right. You want to change. You're not changing who you are, but you're changing habits. Ineffectiveness. Yeah. And you definitely, Tom, brought up a good point. Is that no time in the history of the workplace have we seen the workplace change at such a rapid pace as it is now.
Totally.
Okay. Yep. And now, good companies are having a hard time finding good people. And the number one reason why people leave companies is not because of pay. It's because of the people that they report to or the people that are above them. Yeah. Right? Yeah. So my clients understand that. And so while they're still trying to find good people, they understand, well, I can't afford to lose the good people that I have.
That's right.
So I'm investing into my leadership teams, my management teams. I'm making them more effective leaders. That way I keep those good employees. And then as they climb through the ranks, I'm investing in them.
That's right.
So that's why you're right. Leadership development, everybody kind of says, oh, safety training, we got to do this and this, and all these different trainings, but yet leadership development sometimes gets pushed to the wayside.
Yeah, it's not an act, it's your livelihood.
Exactly.
Right? Great to have you on, my man.
Appreciate it.
Best of luck. That's kick-ass that you go in that direction, and good luck building it.
Appreciate it.
All right. Always a good time, man. Learn about business, learn about people. Right here in the great city of Jacksonville, you too can sit right here with me at the bar and talk about you and your great business. Until next time, stay safe and be cool out there. We'll see you right here on The Horse's Mouth.
From Studio 3 at Buzz TV, it's The Horse's Mouth with Tom McManus.
All right, welcome into another edition of The Horse's Mouth. Back at the bar, back at Tommy Mac's, brought to you by our friends at Goodfellas Cigar, Lounge and Spirits, and our friends at Brust Nutter Wealth Advisors. Let's get to the bar. Dr. Allison Cato is here from Hope Haven. Hey, Dr. Cato,
nice to meet you.
How are you?
Doing great.
Welcome to the bar.
Thank you for having me.
You're a neuropsychologist.
A neuropsychologist.
Neuropsychologist.
Right.
Wow. That's impressive. Can you penetrate this big noggin? I don't know.
It's I can try, thick. But I don't know.
Joe Silsano's here. Hey, Joe, how are you?
Oh, I'm doing very well.
NABF, the National Association of Veterans and Families, helping our veterans out.
That's correct. You got it.
You were talking before we got on air here about the amount of cases of onset dementia and other mental health related issues with our veterans and their wives or spouses age 60, 70, and what have you.
That's correct. We get claims in every day. And what we've started to see this last year was a preponderance of 70-year-olds, age 71 to 79, with different levels of dementia, either Lewy body, frontal lobal, or cardiovascular dementia. And this year, now we're seeing them in their 60s. Wow. And we don't know why. So it's males and females. And
high stress throughout the life? I mean, would that have anything to do with it? You know what I mean? It's a stressful gig being in the military. Maybe that's
very stressful for both. For both. Obviously the service person and the spouse at home. Having to take care of the children and being both the mother and the father.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so that's something that we're seeing, and it's kind of alarming. And we haven't been able to research and find out why.
Right.
What it is, we don't know.
We're gonna have to figure that one out, right? No doubt about it.
So the doc can come in and do that, right?
That's right.
That's right.
Yeah. Dr. Cato, tell us about Hope Haven. Around 100 years almost. 96 years, you said.
Yes. Hope Haven has been serving in our community for almost 100 years.
Wow. Starting with, what did you say, polio and lupus and all? Tuberculosis, sorry.
And then polio. Wow. And then an expansion of medical, dental, clinical services, and the focus eventually shifted to diagnostic and treatment for children, adolescents, and really we serve clientele through adulthood.
Okay.
doing a variety of things.
Okay.
Yes.
You know, I love talking to psychologists like yourself
Yes.
because, especially in the sports world, you know, you grew up with mental toughness. You know, what's your mental toughness? Like, and you do have to be mentally tough in the games you play.
Yes.
Like when you're tired, you know, you have to find a way to
Muscle through,
right? But today it's so much about mental health. You don't hear much about mental toughness. Why do you think that is? And does mental toughness even exist, or is that, no pun intended, being too tough on people?
I hear you, and there's starting to be a little bit of a turnaround where, listen for the word resilience.
Okay.
So this is coming up more and more, where we're really encouraging youth from childhood on to develop resilience.
Okay.
It's a form of healthy mental toughness, if you will.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's a great way to word it, right?
Yes.
We all, seems like we have to word things, you know, a certain way in our society. Just make everybody feel okay. It's fine.
Sure.
Yeah, I get it.
But the idea is that we all have to, we have to roll with the punches, that life can be stressful, and developing coping strategies that will help propel you forward and not kind of hinder you in any way. Yeah.
Now, I know not every, and it's for everybody. Not everybody's into it, but I swear physical fitness helps with mental health. It does for me. A ton.
You're preaching to the choir. Okay. So I obtained my clinical psych degree at University of Florida in Gainesville.
Oh, right.
And it's a clinical and health psychology program.
Okay.
So we really, from the get-go, the idea is balance, that your physical fitness, your sleep quality, and what you eat has a lot to do with how well you roll with the punches, how well you cope with day-to-day stresses, how clear your thinking is.
Yeah.
So all of those things really maximize our quality of life.
Yeah. And Joe, I'd have to imagine those conversations come up with some of, you know, your people and the clients.
Oh, absolutely. We're looking at it. Fortunately, you know, my background, like hers, I have a double major master's in physical education and psychology.
Oh, right.
Okay.
Wow, I threw that out at the end, Joe.
Yeah. And so it is. They go together, the mind and the body.
Yeah,
obviously.
definitely. Yeah.
They're very important. And we're dealing on a daily basis with people that are very stressed out, where you have a spouse at home trying to take care of her husband who has, you know, Alzheimer's or some type of dementia. And it's very stressful, and they need help.
Yep.
And so the VA does provide some help for the spouse and all to come in. The same thing whether they need monetary help to go into assisted living, memory care location, or, you know, even independent living. There are some benefits. So there's a lot of benefits that basically that go unused because the public doesn't know about it. So that's the first thing that we do. Part of our mission statement is education. Because we say you don't know what you don't know.
That's right.
You know?
That's right.
And so that's what we do. We do a lot of seminars and programs throughout Florida and the rest of the United States as well, and to educate the community. But 90% of who we deal with are the children and the veterans.
Okay.
Because the parents are maybe in their 80s and 90s. We just got a lady approved in 10 days that was 104 years old.
Wow.
She was a WAC during
World War II. Kidding.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. And so that was exciting for us. And so we did get some storage for her. But we had a general go present her with some medals.
Awesome.
General Hartzell, who's the head of the Florida Department of Veteran Affairs. And she stood up and she was able to take those, and she was thrilled. So that's half of it.
Yep.
That's why we all do what we do, is because all our people have the passion and compassion, you know, for the people we deal with.
All right, Joe, that's awesome. Dr. Kate, I'm going to wrap it up with you. So,
okay, sure.
How can people find Hope Haven? I know you've been around forever. It shouldn't be that hard. I'm assuming hopehaven.org or something like that.
Yes, so it is hope-haven.org.
Okay.
And you'll find there that we have a variety of services: advocacy, clinical, education, and employment training and support for ages very little, under 12 months to adulthood.
That's great.
Yes.
Thanks so much for coming
So
on.
nice to meet
Keep up the
you.
great work.
Thank you.
Go
I appreciate
Jags,
it.
right?
Go Jags,
That's
absolutely.
right. So this is the year. I
This
know
is
you're a
it.
huge fan, so it's going to be a good one, Dr.
I
Kim.
am a big
Maybe
fan.
you need to go and psychoanalyze those guys and get them right.
That would be a
I'm
pretty
gonna
cool
push for it.
opportunity.
I'm
All
gonna
right,
push for
all
it.
right.
All right, man. Love meeting the people that come to my bar and hang out and tell us what they're doing in this great city of Jacksonville, helping people. I tell you what, always brings a warmth to my heart and to my smile. There's no doubt about that. Until next time, stay safe and be cool out there. We'll see you right here on The Horse's Mouth. Cheers.
From Studio 3 at Buzz TV, it's The Horse's Mouth with Tom McManus.
All right, time once again for Up Close and Personal here on The Horse's Mouth. Back at the bar and back at Tommy Max. Brought to you by my good friends at Brust Nutter Wealth Advisors. Susan Pittman from Drug Free Duvall is here at the bar. Hi, Susan. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
How are you?
I'm good, thanks.
You are good. You're doing the Lord's good work out there, and I really appreciate it. We're going to get into it. Tell us about Drug Free Duvall. I'll let you start.
Okay. Drug Free Duvall is a substance abuse prevention coalition.
Okay.
So we work upstream. We try to figure out the causes beforehand, and we want to make the healthy choice the easy choice. We find that when people have options that are healthy for whatever variety of issues are going on, they choose them.
They do, no doubt. What? How long you been around? When did you found? You're the founder, right?
I am the founder, and I founded the organization
Awesome.
in 2008 after a crazy incident that I heard about. I was a business consultant in a small women's networking group, and we said, what can we do?
Yep.
And there was a tiny grant available at the time. It was called the Strategic Prevention Framework State Incentive Grant.
Okay.
We applied for it, $32,000. We got it. It was nothing, right?
Yeah.
But the cool thing about it is it was a business approach to this social issue.
Got you. Yeah. Well,
I
especially with the opioid crisis. I mean, you think about like functioning alcoholics. There are.
Oh, many.
There are functioning opioid addicts all day long,
Yes,
right?
there
And
are.
it's I don't know if it's a pandemic, plague, whatever you want to call it, but it's prevalent out there. And that's a big part of what you guys are doing, right? That opioid crisis. There's others too, obviously.
Yes.
But that opioid crisis is pretty big.
It's huge. I mean, just a few throw out statistics in our 14 to 18-year-old age group. We haven't had an increase in use of illicit drugs, but we've had a 94, and that's not a mistake, 94% increase in overdose deaths in that cohort between 19 and 20, and an additional 20% between 20 and 21, almost exclusively fentanyl related.
Fentanyl.
Yeah.
Man, that's like,
it's just crazy.
why would you put that in anything? You're going to kill people, you know? And that to me, that's committing murder. I don't care. You're talking about putting Xanax and stuff, Adderall and fake over the, not over the counter, but
they're called counterfeit pills, right?
Counterfeit
and they're pressed by dealers. They look very legitimately like predominantly we see Adderall, Xanax, Percocet. Seen a little bit of Ambien, and certainly it's being added into the cocaine and heroin supply
that's
too.
an instant killer, man. That's disgusting.
Well, you saw the West Palm Beach issue.
I know. No, it's you hear more and more stories. All right, so Project Opioid with the city of Jacksonville. TJ Ward's a friend of mine. I know you and him are friends. You're working with them as well, right? To try to help the crisis right here in
Duvall.
Yeah, in Duvall.
Yes. So we have a large polydrug task force that we formed in 2016 in kind of response to the opioid epidemic and then the fentanyl issue. Project Opioid was not around at the time. We had created 3 committees. One is an employer committee, and the employer committee, even though it was very dedicated. It's chaired by Dr. Kelly Tice, who is the Chief Health Equity Officer from Florida Blue. Amazing person, but we couldn't really get traction. And here came TJ, Project Opioid, and the Chamber. And so it has been fantastic. We've partnered together on this project, and we are getting the word out. We are in front of tons of employers. It's just a great toolkit, and it's separated. If you Google like toolkits, employer toolkits, there's hundreds of them. But ours is differentiated in 2 ways. One is it is prevention minded and recovery supportive. Most are only recovery supportive, so it's prevention minded. The second difference is we have a whole section on military and veterans issues, culture, etc. So those are our 2 big differentiators.
And this is a dumb question. Where is it all coming in? Is it coming in through the by sea, by they dropping it in from the sky, driving it up 95, out
All of the above?
All of the above.
Well, I can tell you that for a long time it was predominantly coming into China. We have shut down a little bit of that. This is per the DEA at a meeting 2 weeks ago.
Right.
This is not Susan information. This is DEA.
Yeah.
They say now that it is coming in from China, going through Mexico, being driven across the border.
Wow.
It can come across in such small quantities because 2 to 3 grains is a lethal dose.
Right.
So they put
like a tiny drop. Yep.
Exactly, and you can't see it, taste it, smell it, etc.
Right.
So it also is very heavily being sent through the postal authorities.
Okay.
I mean, not through the authorities, but through the post
system,
office.
The
yes,
system might,
because you can put a lot in a tiny envelope.
Right. Gosh.
You know, so yeah, it's a very, very difficult
listen,
thing.
I'm going to say I have children. We all have children. You got to educate them. You got to talk to them.
Yes.
Don't be naive. Don't think they're not going to do something because they're a good kid. They're kids.
Right.
They go. There's temptation everywhere with those young people and through college as well. You got to talk to them. I have a question because I'm a partner in a CBD company, and we talk about CBD being as an alternative to help that opioid crisis. Do you believe in it? Do you believe it can help? Maybe you don't know enough about it, but I know there's other things as well.
I use CBD.
How do you feel about that?
Well, I think.
Or is that just a marketing thing?
Well, I'm going to be 100%
No,
honest.
definitely.
We have seen studies that don't really show that everyone was really hopeful.
Yeah.
We thought that people that were addicted to opioids or other very strong drugs would switch and use CBD or even THC. But unfortunately, it doesn't seem to slow that down and stop it.
Okay.
It seems to just add to it. So I would say that that's because we're not moving upstream in that issue. The upstream issues are related to root core issues.
Okay.
You know, and it's not to say whether I use CBD.
Yeah,
I
me
have
too.
So I'm not an anti-CBD
No,
person
me neither.
at all.
No, absolutely.
But I don't think one necessarily fixes the other.
Okay.
You know, if that
fair,
makes sense.
Fair.
Okay.
Absolutely. All right. How can people find more about Autobot Drug Free Duvall?
Come to our website, www.drugfreeduvall.org. Please go to our Facebook. We have an Instagram. We have Twitter. We have LinkedIn.
And
we have an amazing.
Cool event.
We have a cool
Tell
event.
us about the event.
Okay, the reason this event is so cool is because it was developed by kids for kids.
All right, cool.
So it's 9th through 12th graders, and they came to us about a year ago, and they're from 7 different schools.
Cool.
And they said, we need to do something about this issue.
Good.
This group of kids is raising awareness for better health. They're having their first big event. They've done all kinds of things, and they're in numerous schools. And y'all, it is going to be amazing. It's Sweet Pete's on Sunday, May 15th from 1 to 4.
Yeah.
It's free. Got to get the QR code. I don't know if you can see it.
Yeah,
Can you see it?
Yeah, heck yeah.
That'd be great.
That's fantastic.
We'd love to have you. And our employers, we'd love to have you reach out. Be brave, because if you're not brave, you're going to get burned, is what TJ and I believe.
That's right. Hey, it was great having you. Keep up the great work.
Thank you.
I love it. I love it. Hey, man, we got to help people out there. And if you know somebody that needs some help, check out Drug Free Duvall. Let's see if we can get them that help. Look, we're talking business, life, sports, charity. It doesn't matter. As long as it helps people in our great city of Jacksonville and beyond. That's what the show is all about. So until next time, stay safe and be cool out there. And we'll see you right here on The Horse's Mouth.